And yo, we are live. The Sports Bag Bros podcast is coming back on. And yes, this is a Thursday. And what's good about this Thursday is there isn't any more football. Not that we don't miss football. It's just that that was our safety net. It's now gone. We have watered down NBA out there. We have college basketball that's even more watered down. There isn't that much to talk about, but pitchers and catchers now trying to do their to do for the upcoming boys of summer baseball season. So what do? Go back to our roots. It's boxing time. What's good?
What's good? Yeah, we're not like the guys you see on TV come up with shit you don't want to hear about. You know, what is Dak Prescott doing in the offseason? I mean, fuck Dak Prescott and the Cowboys. Football season's over. Let's get into this boxing.
Exactly. And the fight we chose was a controversial fight. That's the only time we can get a real controversy going and doing it our own way. If you're out there, you want to score the fight along with us, Manny Pacquiao, Juan Manuel Marquez, you know they had their quartet of fights, with the last one ending with a knockout by Marquez against Pacquiao. But fight number 3, I think a lot of them extremely close, but fight number 3, one of the more controversial of the 4 fights they've had. November 12th of 2011, in which this took place. Listening to the judges, they had it as a majority win for Pacquiao. Let's get down to it. Let's watch this fight. Let's start it now.
Yeah, just to give a little context, I don't remember how I scored it, but I remember thinking Marquez wasn't getting credit for the work he was doing, from the announcers anyway.
And by the way, we are going to go round for round. We're not going to listen to too much of anything that's done in between rounds, because I don't want people to be influenced by the nonsense that Jim Lampley says, or even the sensible stuff that Manny Stewart does say. I want you to just watch the fight. If you're going to score the fight round by round, do it on your own volition. Come up with your own decision. And if it's the same as the judges, hey, more power to you. We just have to do this replay of what happened in November 12th. 2011. So let's get it going. This is round 1.
After the first 2 fights, Pacquiao throws more jabs than Marquez. Marquez looks to counter with power shots.
Manny is fighting very, very intelligent. Notice he's keeping his balance, doing a lot of fending before he punches to make sure that he doesn't get counterpunched so easily. He looks very, very strong. It seems to be just a little bit faster with his coordination and his movement at this stage. Even though no one has landed a punch, he seems to be better balanced.
Marquez tries the jab, just a little bit short. Pacquiao's jabs have been short. He's more active. Some theorize the possibility that Pacquiao might throw a wrinkle into this by laying back a little bit in the early rounds and making Marquez lead so that he himself could find something to counter with power. There's the first hard shot of the fight, a left hand straight up the middle on Marquez's chest. And now Pacquiao again reaches Marquez with the left, this time up top. Little red mark already on the nose of Juan Manuel Marquez. That came from the Pacquiao left hand.
And that is what is going to be his signature punch in this fight here. And I'm looking at the way Marquez is standing. Manny's going to try to drive a straight left hand right through the center.
Freddie Roach said, very concertedly, this was Manny's best training camp ever. All I can say to that is, imagine that.
He looks good.
Shots for Marquez.
Manny looks very fast, very well coordinated. Very, very.
See, they're praising Manny, saying he looks good, he's balanced, he looks fast, but he's not attacking how he normally attacks.
Pacquiao just missing over the top with the left hand. The red mark on Marquez's nose is on the right side, just inside the eye.
These guys have fought 24 rounds, and right now there's a lot of respect between both of these guys. And Manny seems to be just a little bit faster, but I think a lot of it is respect, feeling each other out a little bit. But I've noticed that even when Marquez did let Manny mix, he didn't counterpunch. And you see Manny now doing the counterpuncher.
Absolutely right. He's the counterpuncher now, and he landed a right uppercut. Now he fires the left up the middle again. Marquez hasn't been able to tag him with anything good. Couple of body shots for Marquez there.
Well, that
I was
quick.
gonna say,
Like I was saying, yeah, we didn't want to listen to none of the shenanigans in between rounds, so there could be a little bit of influence of what happened the previous round. After that round, I'll give that round to Manny Pacquiao because there wasn't much going on, but he kind of initiated it. And we know that Marquez is the natural counter puncher, so he's kind of waiting for his opportunities. He did come forward. Manny did look a little quick in the early going, as Manny Stewart mentioned. So, yeah, I'll give Manny Pacquiao the first round.
I have to disagree. I didn't see Manny, other than a few flurries here and there, he was not coming forward. And if anything, Marquez was at least jabbing. He was the busier guy. And when Pacquiao did attack, he did counter. I don't know what they're saying, but why they're saying he wasn't countering, he did counter. He did land some good body shots on him. I'm giving that round to Marquez.
Okay, I'm going with Pacquiao on that one for the reasons I stated. And once again, we're going to move on to round two. But like I said, also, we're not going to have this in between rounds nonsense going on because we don't want to have it influenced by anything else. By the way, this is a catch weight fight. Pacquiao was 143 and Marquez was 142 for this fight. So another Manny Pacquiao catch weight fight. Let's go in round two.
Crowd wants more action to go with all that intensity. Both fighters are still being tactical and relatively cautious.
And right now, this round's going a lot like the first round. Pacquiao's not attacking. He's not really coming forward.
It's one of those feeling out rounds. They've had 24 rounds previous to this in their first two fights. The third fight, they know each other much better than their sparring partners, I guess.
Yeah, but I'm saying they're giving him credit for coming forward. He's not coming forward.
Well, I mean, right now he seems to be coming forward because he's leading with a jab, even though it's not landing.
For their second fight, largely,
not landing effectively.
Marquez still gave him all the problems in the world in the second fight.
But I mean, if he's coming forward, Marquez will be by the ropes at some point. They're mostly in the center of the ring.
All right, Marquez is getting off on him.
Leaned in, Marquez got in a body shot, just missed with a long right hand. Marquez jabbing to the body, trying to create some action here, trying to scare up something that he can counter from Manny Pacquiao. Pacquiao's been very judicious, very selective, has landed when he wanted to. Marquez getting ready to take a couple more risks, or so it would appear. He has stepped forward about 6 inches, getting himself into tighter range with Pacquiao.
Pacquiao knows while he has a guy in front of him who's his own size, or maybe even smaller, he's also his own skill level, and he hasn't faced that in a long time.
Body shot by Marquez, and then he landed an uppercut at the end of the exchange.
Marquez has did his homework on studying the left hand of Manny Pacquiao after 2 fights in 24 rounds. You see, very much aware of avoiding the straight left hand of Manny's more than anything else.
And you saw him there trying to counter over Manny's left hand with his right hand, something he did so successfully in the first fight between the two. Now Pacquiao lands a left hand, comes back with a body shot. Pacquiao blindingly fast on his feet.
This is the thing I think is more troublesome than anything. It's a sets him out aside from his punching power. His rhythm, he's got that little jerky moving in and out tight. As the fight goes on, it wears a guy out mentally just trying to keep up with his body rhythm.
Right hook by Pacquiao. Marquez came across with a right hand across the top.
All right, what'd you see in that one?
I give that one to Marquez too.
Yeah, I'm gonna give that.
He was busier and he landed more cleaner shots.
Yeah, I'm gonna give that one to him as well. And you know, you look at it when they're talking about how Pacquiao's moving and how herky-jerky his style is, and it's been like that, especially in his prime, which that is. You look at Marquez, I guess because they fought each other 24 previous rounds to this, he kind of can see the movement, especially with the left hand. He's sliding away from that left hand, and Manny Pacquiao is off balance. He's like when he tries to get back on balance, he's not within range to throw punches at this time, at least.
Yeah, you can tell he's very familiar with Pacquiao's style.
Yeah, they're like sparring partners right now. In the crowd, a pro Marquez crowd, it seems like in the background. Let's go to round 3.
Marquez landing 6 power shots to only 4 for Pacquiao. Round 3 gets underway.
Thought Marquez won the round.
A far more tactical fight so far than was the case in either fight number 1 or fight number 2, or at least, according to my memory, it seems that way. Harold Letterman gave the second round to Juan Manuel Marquez. Seesaw pattern, I win around, you win around, is another thing we saw in the first 2 fights. Left hand over the top for Pacquiao.
Oh, Carlos is
What's
in the
up,
house.
Carlos?
Yeah, he's watching the fight right now.
Kind of a war of nerves in here in round 3.
Yeah, but Manny's speed just seemed to be a little bit faster than Marquez, and that's what's in addition to him looking physically stronger. But his speed is just so much. Even though Marquez is doing good now, but still he's having a problem trying to deal with the speed Manny as he's coming in.
Marquez landed a right hand down the chute. Pacquiao came back with a left hand up the middle.
Manny Pacquiao knows he has to be defensively responsible against Marquez, who's such a good counterpuncher, and as a result, it's muted Pacquiao's offense. He's muted his own offense.
Pacquiao making Marquez miss, but not firing back. Marquez fighting a conservative defensive fight here in round 3. Another jab to the body. Trying to get Manny Pacquiao to bring that guard down just a tiny bit.
These have been so far 3 of the quietest rounds these two have fought.
Small amount of combustion there. Little body shot for Marquez. Left hand over the top for Pacquiao. Marquez sticks a straight right hand. There's a hard right hook by Pacquiao. Best punch of the fight so far. Marquez feels the need to answer. Now the action begins.
All right, that's round 3 in the books. I'm going to go, I guess, I'm going to take Marquez again only because I think he controlled it a little bit more with his jab. He's doing the jabbing here, and they talk about Manny Pacquiao's speed. If you know boxing, they talk about being able to stop speed or slow down speed with a jab, even though it's conventional versus conventional. When they talk about that most times, it's very hard to jab a southpaw, but they've been in the ring 24 previous rounds to this. So I guess he's figuring out or knows, at least on this high level, how to use that jab. And he was using the jab, and he was still keeping his distance, the geometry of the ring. And Manny Pacquiao was off balance a little bit, trying to find his way getting to Marquez.
Yeah, this round was, I think, the closest of the 3, in my opinion. Pacquiao was coming forward consistently the first minute, 15, 20 seconds or so. But then Marquez started to control the distance. And as you mentioned, he was using his jab. But then last 30 seconds, Pacquiao opened up with some shots. So, again, I think that was a close round, but I'm giving that one to Pacquiao just because he landed the harder blows.
He said Pac-Man, and Carlos coming out with Pac-Man is out feints, calls in and out feints, I guess, causing Marquez to get his rhythm, but his timing. And I think with the jab, you're allowed to do that. That's what happens when you do jab. You're able to get your timing a little better. And once again, the familiarity between these two, it makes it a little bit easier, for lack of a better term, because nothing's easy in this fight. Each inch you're going to have to earn here. This is the early going. Things will get more difficult. But until then, we can just go now to round 4.
You know, Jim, I got to tell you something. In 2 fights so far, Manny Pacquiao won both of them, both big controversies. And I'm starting to wonder whether that one-on-one Marquez style just impresses the judges enough to win a fight. He backs up, He does nothing flashy. You know what he does is very unusual. Judges like myself tend to go for the effective aggressor. I gave rounds 1 and 3 to Manny Pacquiao because of the fact that he's the effective aggressor and he looks better doing it. 29-28, 2 rounds to 1, Pacquiao.
Is he really an effective aggressor, though?
That's what I was thinking. I was about to say the same thing. Is he effective or is he just an aggressor?
Right.
Have seen flowing, sustained action from them in their first 2 fights.
You know, Bert Sugar used to use the old line, you know, Goliath was the aggressor against David and who won the fight.
That's what I'm seeing, a lot of speed. I mean, Marquez just looks so much slower than he does. And this is maybe the fastest I've saw Manny myself. And he's keeping good balance on. I've saw him punch a lot and get out of position, but he's very, very conscientious of getting out of balance in this fight. So he's punching and getting back in position right away.
Reaching left hook for Marquez. Made contact, but not solidly. Best punches of the fight have been a couple of Pacquiao left hands.
I mean, if Marquez wasn't countering,
in the third,
Pacquiao wouldn't put his hands up after he throws.
Exactly. And even that, especially from when they've already fought. So
Right. He
there's
knows return fire is on his way.
there's some intentional defense.
Manuel Marquez's right eye, possibly from a Pacquiao left. Marquez goes to the body with his right. I was about to say a little while ago, one of the reasons that we often see free-flowing action from them is that Pacquiao is by nature an attacker, but he's also a great counterpuncher. Marquez is by nature a counterpuncher, but he's also a great attacker. Everything that happens generally gets answered and then answered back. Marquez must be careful when reaching for those low body shots that Pacquiao doesn't time him and counter upstairs. Now Manny begins to exploit those angles. He goes by you on one side and then comes back.
He's shooting his left hand a lot of times, when not with the full knockout power, but shooting it almost like a fast jab just to change up his attack, and therefore Marquez can't really time the left hand as much as he did before.
And you see the challenge for the 38-year-old Juan Manuel Marquez, fighting at a weight class far above what he's accustomed to, trying to keep up with the speed of Pacquiao, who's far more accustomed to this weight. Good left hand by Pacquiao. Marquez lands a right in return. Here we
Okay, so that was round 4 and going into round 5, but that
It looks
round
like
you gotta,
he's heating up.
yeah, I think that round was a clear Pacquiao round.
Yeah.
And I don't want to get confused with all that motion. You know how Bill Walsh used to say, don't mistake movement or activity for doing something on the court. And I don't want to get into that here as far as Pacquiao, because he does a lot of herky-jerky movement and he throws punches, sometimes not with the intent to knock you out, like Manny Stewart just mentioned. He threw that left hand more like a jab just to kind of change up and just give something else new for Marquez to think about.
Yeah, I agree. This was Pacquiao's round. It was the first round where he really used his footwork that we're used to seeing. I can't remember seeing anybody else throw punches from the angles he did. Moving sideways, but being able to land the left, it was crazy. But to me, that was the first round where Pacquiao actually looked like Pacquiao.
Yeah, and those fast twitch from the waist down, man, he could close the distance so quickly and get to his spot so quickly and own it, get his punch off and get out of there. And we'll see more of that. Round 5 coming up.
box numbers in the 4th round. Pacquiao 15 out of 47.
I have the fight even after 4.
Pacquiao with a slight edge in power shots.
After 4, yes, even.
Guard, Manny Pacquiao goes to 3 rounds to 1.
Spanish-speaking crowd coming out with all the chants tonight.
It sounds like it. For real.
Ole, 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 Mexico, si se puede.
They let you know they're there. 14 years ago, this fight took place.
Copy box numbers between rounds showed you that this fight is taking place at a slower pace.
Man, I miss those days, like when Pacquiao fought, when Mayweather fought.
Yeah. Marquez fought. I mean,
we had
even
fight
Tim
night.
Bradley.
I had fight nights. There would be 40 people, 50 people in my basement, man.
Those were mega fights, man, when those guys got in there.
Well, one fight I had to watch from the basement stairs because there were no seats available.
In your own house.
Yeah, I was like, damn, I get up to grab a beer and what the fuck? But
Dudes just
whatever.
snatching up.
Right hand over the top for Marquez.
Yeah, Sergio Martinez and Cotto as well. That was a hell of an error, man. We just took it for granted. That was his best punch of the fight so far.
Best punch of the fight so far. Manny wants to answer back right away.
But this is what makes the type of fight that these guys are doing. When one guy gets hit, the other guy automatically comes back right away.
Pacquiao landed a right hook and a left hand. Marquez comes back with a solid left up the middle. Pacquiao again wants to answer back. 20 seconds to go in the round.
Most dominant round of the fight so far, authored by Marquez.
And he is loosening up and gathering confidence and starting to fire. But his right eye is also beginning to swell.
Yep. So yeah, that was round 5, and yeah, it looks like Marquez put that together. He's starting to get loosened up, like they said. I don't really like listening to these guys, but at least they're making sense now. And I think with Manny Stewart and Max Kellerman there, they kind of offset Jim Lampley's hyperbole, so they're able to give a nice commentary that works well with them chemistry wise. But Marquez does get that. He's even though he's getting backed up, he's now showing his countering. I thought Manny's speed would be the reason why he wouldn't have enough time to really counter because his hands weren't that fast. But when you're a master of your craft and you're a counterpuncher like Marquez, he showed what he can do right there.
That was kind of a weird round to me because it kind of looked like Marquez was just there for the first 2 minutes. And then he landed that right hand, and then he woke up. And he became more aggressive, and he attacked and threw more combinations. I think it was enough to steal the round. I don't think Pacquiao was doing all that much prior to that. But, it looked like Marquez woke up.
Yeah, Manny Pacquiao, because he just moves all the time. He has such a frenetic pace, and it's usually from the waist down. Yeah, he has fast hands, but from the waist down, he just here, there, and everywhere. And even when he's just moving around and moving his arms and not really landing, it almost gives you the perception as if he's winning the fight or doing more than he's doing. Marquez, more definitive with what he done. Let's go to round 6.
Manny Pacquiao's chin tested there by Juan Marquez. Remember the pattern of the first 2 fights? Marquez lands more power shots through 5 rounds here. Pacquiao 30 of 83 on power
Carlos
shots.
had Marquez as well.
33 out of 91. The pattern begins to emerge again.
Pacquiao looked up right before the bell for this round, as if to say, looking to the heavens, here we go again with this guy.
5 rounds have gone by pretty quickly. Here's the 6th of a scheduled 12. Marquez was buoyed by winning the last round. His corner spirits were lifted. Good jab by Marquez. Sneaking it in across the top of Pacquiao's right hand. Judging by the chants, the crowd's about 50-50.
Sounds like Marquez, man. I don't know what he's talking about. No, another Lampleyism.
Pacquiao's left there. Body shot by Marquez. Drives Pacquiao back. Pacquiao lands a little left inside, steps away at an angle.
Marquez looked like a 9-1 underdog to you guys.
Not even close.
9-1. Who came up with these odds?
some of his fans and followers have become irrational in terms of
irrational. They must be the ones laying the money.
I could understand that going into the first fight, but after they fought twice,
For real. Shoot, man. All he listed was 8-1.
by Pacquiao, and a good right hook, and another left.
Those crazy angles by Pacquiao, man.
We're close to having full combustion here. All the burners are on. Let's see how high the fire builds. Hard right hand by Marquez, followed by another. Pacquiao with a right hook. Marquez with a left hook.
We're picking up where we left off with the last two fights now.
Absolutely right. These last two rounds have been round 13 and 14 of the second fight.
Both guys tried to see if they could do better than the first two fights, if they could outclass the other guy, and it seems like they've decided there's no way around this. We got to duke it out.
Absolutely. Two fighters who know each other very well. The inherent beauty of the trilogy. Marquez.
What do you got on that one?
I gotta go with Pacquiao.
Yeah, I got him on that one. Because he just does so much activity, but then he was affected with this activity. They're both throwing punches. I guess with a natural offensive fighter like Manny Pacquiao is going to look better doing what he does. Even when Marquez is doing what he's comfortable doing against someone like Pacquiao, it seems like it just isn't enough. And so when they're doing both of their thing, Marquez is not going to look as good as Pacquiao in terms of people just watch with the naked eye and thinking that, this guy threw more punches. It looked like they might have landed, or even if they didn't, he just gets that perception of just doing more.
Right. For the first 2 minutes of the round, mostly Pacquiao was landing and Marquez wasn't countering very effectively. The last minute, he countered a little bit better, but it was too late for him to win the round, in my opinion.
Yeah, and Manny just moved around too damn much, man. That southpaw stance is already a problem, but when you have that fast twitch from the waist down, it's just even more of an issue. Let's go into round 7.
After 6, I got 57-57.
Harold, how do you have it through 6?
Oh, wow. Same thing, just different guys.
56, Manny Pacquiao. I thought Juan Marquez definitely won round 5, certainly won round 2 in my estimation. But other than that, it's the effective aggressiveness and a hard left hand of Manny Pacquiao. I like when he fights it. I like when he throws a punch and he steps to the side. That's impressive because it's ring generalship. 4 rounds to 2, Pacquiao.
I could certainly see that. To tell you the truth, I don't think anyone won that first round. Nothing much happened.
No, it didn't. But I think because Pacquiao moved forward more and tried to do more of what he does, I guess you just have to give the round and not make it a draw.
There's a perfect right hand shot by Marquez. Pacquiao getting his chin checked once again.
Not that it was necessarily even, but may not have been to Pacquiao either.
Well, the difficulty of scoring fights between the two of them is bespoken by the divergent scores of both of the first two fights. One judge in the first fight, 115-10 for Marquez, another 115-10 for Pacquiao. In the second fight, the same thing happened with scores of 115-112.
I don't know what the punch output has been in the first two fights, but these guys are fighting much more respectful, a lot more careful this fight than they did in the first two fights. So the punch output is, I think, down, but they're punching more for accuracy down. Each guy's trying to make sure he doesn't make a mistake and leave himself open to get counter punch.
Body shot by Marquez. Those punches score. Good left upstairs by Pacquiao. And a double right that knocks Marquez back. Marquez makes another stand in the center of the ring. There's that left-hand body shot again. You wonder when Pacquiao's going to be able to counter over the top of that with a right. There's a right hand upstairs by Marquez.
Good right hand.
His timing on that right hand is extraordinary.
Yeah, he's really placing. Even though Manny maybe went, but on my score, but not to the crowd, the most important thing to me is just seeing how effective Marquez has been landing with those clean, well-placed shots.
There was an amazing piece of footwork by Pacquiao, who moved to 3 or 4 different places while Marquez was standing still. There's another amazing piece of footwork as he lands a shot and goes by Marquez to a place where
Marquez is taking his time and placing his punches.
There's the uppercut. Brilliantly.
All right, that round's over. That was a close round. If you wanted to be one of those bailout guys, like 10-10 round.
No, I think that's Marquez all the way. He landed the better punches. He landed 2 really good right hands.
That right hand was really
really good left hook, and that right there at the end, a decent uppercut. And Pacquiao did his thing, but it just wasn't enough, in my opinion.
Yeah, and Marquez, being a sharpshooter as a counter puncher, that's not usual, but that's why he's such a special talent. He was able to hold his ground. I know they tried to talk up what Pacquiao was doing footwork wise. He was moving from place to place, and they said Marquez was just standing there. Yeah, but then at the same time, Pacquiao wasn't doing overly too much anyway to be impressive.
If you're not landing scoring blows, footwork don't count for nothing.
Exactly. It's not going to count for anything. But still, another close fight. There's no doubt about the fight being close. We just want to see what the decision is based on watching it going round for round and not having the elements of, a video, replays, and all that kind of stuff. That's why I cut out all that nonsense. Don't want to see any replays. Don't want to hear about some punch stat numbers that skews your thought and make you go back to your scores. Let's go with round 8. Oh, actually, this is round 7, right?
No, it's 8.
Yeah, this is 8. Wow, time's flying. Let's go.
That's the thing that's underappreciated about Marquez. Manny, is his footwork.
Well,
then Marquez waited till he stopped moving and nailed him with an uppercut.
I had a great pro football.
I have it in reverse: 67 Marquez, 66 Pacquiao.
Charles Tillman, who plays cornerback for the Chicago Bears, seeing his first live prize fight. And I asked him, I said, "What impresses you about Pacquiao?" He said, "Easily."
Yep,
footwork.
I got Marquez.
In any other sport who could get to so many places so fast.
Meanwhile, we're dealing with another drawish fight so far.
Our shots in 7. Pacquiao landed 16 out of 31. Marquez 11 out of 21.
The people got their money's worth already with this fight.
Between rounds that Manny Pacquiao is bleeding from the mouth, bleeding from a cut apparently inside his lower lip. There's an odd.
Carlos agrees with you.
Yeah, I see that. Great minds think alike. Maybe Latinos think alike.
Call it like you see it. That's it.
No, but overall, if you think back to Pacquiao back then, he was a killer.
Yeah, he was.
And he don't look like a killer tonight. Harold Letterman's big on ring generalship. Well, you got to give that category to Marquez tonight. I'm not going to say he has Pacquiao tamed, but he's not attacking with reckless abandon how he used to do.
And they're respecting one another because of all the time they fought. But Pacquiao is one of these guys who throws caution to the wind, whether he's afraid or not, or whether he's hurt or not. He's still going to come. He's not going to change too much of what he does.
Pacquiao hasn't fought another great fighter who still had it since the last time he was in with Marquez, and obviously the great Marquez still has it.
At 38 years old and fighting at a weight which many felt would severely debilitate him in the fight, Juan Manuel Marquez is giving as good as he's getting from round to round and staying right there with Manny Pacquiao once again. Left hand over the top by Manny.
And Marquez comes right back with a shot every time after that.
More and more, though, Pacquiao is ensuring himself by running to a side at an angle after he lands the left. Right hand by Marquez again. He times Pacquiao perfectly with that shot.
Most memorable punches in this fight that have landed so far have been Marquez shots.
Yes. Manny creates a lot of excitement, just his body rhythm, and so I can easily see, in addition to his punching power, why judges get influenced by it, because he's always moving, jiggling, creating excitement.
And throwing the left hand down the middle.
Yep, I think that Manny Stewart said exactly that. that he does a lot and it influences the judges to think that he's doing more than what he's doing. Not that he isn't doing anything, but it takes off the focus of what Marquez is doing at a slower pace, but with more precision.
He can say what he wants to say, but that was a Marquez round.
Yeah, it was. These rounds are close. I think we've only had about 2, maybe 3 definitive rounds for one or the other, but a lot of these rounds are just close. So I can see how someone might have gone one way or the other, but those definitive rounds were pretty clear to where you can just go with that guy. And if that's going to be the deciding factor, if a person is going to win, that would be the reason why. So now already.
I think that was a clear Marquez round because he controlled distance for the most part and he landed the better shots.
And he's using that jab. He's being effective with his jab. Even though Pacquiao's throwing the jab and he's kind of being effective with it, throwing the jab really isn't his thing. He just uses the jab to fill out the distance and just kind of gets to do what he wants. He'll just put the jab out there just so he could get into that range, decide his range, and then throw his not pitter pat, but throw his barrage. So round 9, let's go.
Marquez had a 13-11 power shot edge in round number 8. These rounds are close. It's another scoring challenge. Harold Letterman has it 5.
You gave that one to Pacquiao. Come on, Letterman.
Harold Letterman, boy.
Come on,
Rip
man.
Harold.
I got it 77-75 Marquez.
One of these judges having it 5 rounds to 3 the other way.
Let's see.
Indeed.
Yep, I got Marquez.
I'll take Pistol Pete. If that man had a 3-point line in college, he probably would average 55.
For real, right? This guy. Another Marquez round. He turned over. He turned his back. That's why.
It was on the back of the head. It shouldn't be seen as a scoring blow.
Not a scoring blow, but not intentional either.
Combination by Marquez, and another good combination by Marquez.
He's coming in and out, doing a little bit of a Pacquiao rendition.
Now Pacquiao blocks another shot with his gloves and steps up to look to answer back because Marquez had 2 good offensive moments.
I like that little pivot that Marquez just did to his left. It keeps Manny Pacquiao's left hand offline.
You can't tell me that Pacquiao is being an effective aggressor right now.
Nah, this is just fighting right here. And you can see how skilled Marquez is. I like his move to the left, man. He's definitely been in there enough time to move to the left. It seems like boxing 1-on-1 to move to your left away from the power, but to go out there and execute it and still be within range to land your shots. I saw Tony Weeks at the Boxing Hall of Fame back in 2011, thinking he's a superstar. You see, this is what I'm talking about here. That becomes more of a Pacquiao fight. He wants that kind of brawl.
Right, but why is Pacquiao the one holding on?
Oh yeah.
He got Marquez to open up.
This is a real good back and forth.
Now this is real Pacquiao right here.
Yeah, he got to get that get back. Whoa. That was pretty damn fire that round, man.
That was. That's the first round that Pacquiao decided to actually punch with Marquez.
Yeah.
Where other times he was just covering up, letting Marquez throw his shots. That was a close round, man. I think Marquez had it 2 minutes into the round, but Pacquiao came on like gangbusters that last minute.
Yeah, he put that barrage on. I think he was one of those get back moments. You know how it is. You get hit and the crowd responds, and then you kind of feel that way in your mind. You got to get it back. And he did it a couple of times.
Marquez's credit, though, he just wasn't getting run over. He was.
Oh no, he still held his ground.
Back. Yeah, he was throwing. He had return fire. I don't know. That's a tough round to score, in my opinion.
I'll do
Like I
with
said,
Pacquiao because he threw more punches because he has the faster hands. So if he needs to throw punches and make it look like he's doing more, he's the one that's likely to do it than Marquez. Marquez doesn't have the hand speed like that, but it was effective for both of them. If both of them are going back and forth with their own barrage, Pacquiao's probably going to look better doing it. Round 10.
Give over to Manny, but that's simply because he looks so strong, so fresh, and it's nice little dancing footwork that he threw there.
I agree with you, Emmanuel.
Yes.
Marquez landed some signature shots, but Manny outworked him.
I got a 96, 95 Marquez.
Marquez 17 out of 56. Now here's the big moment. Harold, how do you have it through 9?
Okay, Jim, I've got an 87-84, 6 rounds to 3, Manny Pacquiao. And I want to answer Emmanuel's question. I want to tell you, when the punches are equal, Manny, when the punches are equal, you got to start looking at other stuff. You look at effective aggressiveness, you look at defense, you look at ring generalship. What I talked about, what Jim talked about early on, was Manny Pacquiao's ring generalship. He hits you and he steps to the side so that when you come back, he's not there. Aggressiveness. Manny Pacquiao is the aggressor by a mile.
Yeah, but that's too
Defense.
far
Marquez is
between.
swelling, Manny's not.
Too few and too far between. It's not like he's doing it constantly.
Nope.
Once again, Harold Letterman's card is unofficial. He scored the first fight 115, 110 for Pacquiao.
Let's say he did it 6 times during this fight. Like, come on, that doesn't qualify as ring generalship.
But nevertheless, he's a very, very good scorer, and other judges would do well to emulate it.
The old school trick, take a knee.
Meanwhile, there's combustion again.
Cut my
between these two
gloves.
guys in the
I
tent.
cut the tape.
Marquez backs Pacquiao up for the right hand and does it again.
Headbutts. I mean, you're going to get that with southpaws and orthodox fighters.
I think I got butted.
You
It wasn't like it was
cracked in the
deliberate, he
face
just
with
came
the
in.
right hand too.
Huh?
Certain whether it's his
Lampley
or
saying
Marquez's.
Pacquiao saying he thinks he got butted. And I'm saying he got blasted in the face with the right hand too.
Yeah, you got double hit whammy.
Oh, for the days of 15-round fights.
Man.
It's funny right now, Marquez should be being more aggressive. He seems to have Manny's distracted right now.
Well, if you're a counterpunch, you're probably not going to be that aggressive. You just still use your precision.
Pacquiao's cut. Pacquiao's got a cut above his right eye. Pacquiao is trying to motion to the referee that the cut came from a butt. We'll see what the Nevada State Athletic Commission tells us between rounds. And he finished the second fight with blood on his face and a cut over his eye. So did Marquez. Little right hand shot for Marquez. Marquez to the body, Pacquiao upstairs. Two-punch combination for Pacquiao. A right and a left there. He missed with the left, he landed the right. Now he lands the left. Marquez comes back.
Wow. Man, another one of those close rounds, but I think Pacquiao probably did just enough to win it.
You think so? I got Marquez in that one. I don't think Pacquiao was effective enough until the last 10 seconds. I'm not going to give him a round for the last 10 seconds.
No, not for the last 10 seconds. I'm just thinking throughout the round, he just still has that type of a pace. And also at the same time, there was some lulls in the action when there wasn't anything going on. So whoever moved forward probably was going to get the advantage, even though we know Marquez is the counterpuncher just waiting to set the trap. I'm just saying there was a couple of lulls there, so that takes away from Marquez not doing anything with that lull. And when Pacquiao did come forward, he did throw his punches. Some of them landed. No, obviously some of them did.
I didn't see Pacquiao being Pacquiao to the last 10 seconds of the round, so I'm giving it to Marquez.
And if Marquez is being Marquez,
if you can't be yourself, it's because the other guy's not letting you be yourself. So
I wonder if he
was
he so worried about that headbutt or punch that caused the cut that when that lull did happen, he didn't really do much. He didn't really come forward to really do much. He did come forward, but he didn't throw a lot of punches like we've seen him until at the end of the round.
I can't answer that. I don't know.
Let's go with 11. Round 11.
Athletic Commission confirming between rounds that the cut came from the headbutt.
Okay, so it was a headbutt.
You made the point that Marquez had a round on the table he could have won. He only threw 37 punches. And Manny Pacquiao threw 50.
All right, Letterman, I'm not going to agree with you, but I took the round as well for Pacquiao.
Which on the Letterman card makes him uncatchable now unless Marquez scores a knockout.
Now, watching this fight, you think Marquez needs a knockout?
Of course not. I mean, I look at my card right now.
That's what Letterman has on his scorecard. Marquez needs a knockout.
Neither would anybody else, based on the scoring of the first two fights, based on the way they match up with each other.
I got a tie right now.
I got 96, 94 Marquez.
I got a match up tie.
Unaccustomed to his weight, is having a little bit more trouble getting from here to the finish line, maybe pacing himself a tiny bit.
Manny looks so strong, even though Marquez is meeting him almost punch to punch. Manny looks physically so much stronger, much fresher, and much faster.
Marquez is 38, Pacquiao's 32.
Our interpreter, Jerry Olaya, makes clear that in Marquez's corner, Nacho Beristain is very confidently telling Marquez, you're winning. We're winning the fight. That could be influencing Marquez's choices in the ring.
I still have it a tie, and we're just now in round 11. I guess whoever wins these last 2 rounds is going to decide this fight. 95-95 on mine.
Harold does, and there was a round, the first I thought, that could have gone either way.
Pacquiao needs to answer back. Well, Harold has Pacquiao up by 4 rounds, so if you take 2 away...
This Harold Letterman, man.
This is highly open to interpretation and could be scored differently by different judges.
And I like Harold. He was a nice guy when I met him.
Yeah, I met him at the
He's having a bad night tonight.
At the Antonio Tarver Roy Jones third fight.
Marquez, you're winning the fight.
And he's fighting that way also.
They're booing. What the hell's wrong with these people, man? Look what they gave us so far.
The public expected than actually winning on the scorecards.
Pacquiao landed his right hook, got in another right hook, but Marquez tagged him with a left on the forehead. Pacquiao's cut has not been reopened in this round.
Marquez also knows that Pacquiao in exchanges is extremely dangerous because of the hand speed. He found out in their first 2 fights.
That's what I'm talking about, man. The hand speed, they're both doing the same thing. Pacquiao looks like he's doing better.
Than in their first 2 fights.
All right hand by Marquez. Pacquiao tries to answer back with a left. Closing seconds of the round.
Okay, I could give that to Marquez, man. It looks like there wasn't a whole lot going on, but if something's going on, you say you didn't get a chance to see Pacquiao being Pacquiao?
When the crowd starts booing, it's because they don't like what they're seeing, right?
Yeah.
I don't see the punch that showed that he's landing 17 punches. I'd like to go through that round again and count it myself because I didn't see him landing 17 punches.
If you want to listen to Jim Lampley, that might have been the case because this guy has a history of over-exaggerating.
Bang, bang,
bang, bang, bang. Man, whatever, man. We could have won a war dealing with Jim Lampley and his bang, bang, bang theory. But, yeah, I got that one for Marquez because it was the lull in the action throughout the entire fight. These are now the championship rounds. Well, this is the championship round, and the next one is the final championship round.
I got Marquez also, so I got it 106, 103.
So yeah. I got 105 for Marquez. I mean, I got him ahead now because they were tied 95-95 going into this.
Yeah, so on my card, Pacquiao needs a knockout.
I got 104, 105, but this Harold Letterman.
But that's the 12th round, not round 9 like Harold had it.
And let's do it. 12th round.
Wants to see Pacquiao put this guy on his ass, and the crowd seems to think Marquez is winning.
12th round of the scheduled 12. Harold Letterman saw Marquez coming with a win in the 11th round, getting to within 3 points on the Letterman scorecard.
He has the same score, but opposite of what I have.
That's Harold Letterman, bro.
Well, see, if Pacquiao really did land 17 punches, Letterman would have given it to him. You can't trust punch stats.
No. They're off. There's a margin of error with that anyway, like anything else.
Hasn't observed over the last 10 years the powerful tendency of judges to favor the puncher who throws the most punches. Volume punching is the single biggest factor in the sport in winning fights on the scorecard. Incidentally, 12th round knockouts are rare. Both fighters have only one in their career. So chances are we're headed to the finish line again.
Now it looks like Marquez is doing a lot of what he's known to do. He's now sitting back and just looking to catch and counter.
Very conservative here in the final round of a close fight.
Yeah, if he's being conservative, what is Pacquiao doing? He's not coming forward like he normally does. And look at that.
Yeah.
He's not frenetic.
In a close fight like this, you never tell your guy that he's winning. I mean, I don't care regardless of what he's
I know
doing.
Gil Clancy told that to Oscar De La Hoya against Trinidad. You're winning. Don't worry about it. Take off.
I mean, he's never dominated Pacquiao in this fight still. He's got it in and respected.
He's winning. He told Pacquiao to go out and fight.
Well, Pacquiao isn't doing a lot of that either. I know they're exhausted. This is the 12th round, but we've seen enough of Pacquiao to know that he could still do that kind of thing late in fights.
They lied to you, champ. They lied. Anyone who told Pacquiao Marquez was finished, they obviously lied.
Marquez is trying to time Manny coming in and then counter punches.
See, that's what he's doing. He's doing well with it.
Straight left.
The round is
He's moving to his left, away from that power.
In the last minute can win it. Pacquiao's mouthpiece drops out of his mouth, and there's no action, so Tony Weeks will call timeout and give Manny a chance to put it back in.
It's very unusual, especially a veteran fighter like him to have his mouthpiece.
We got somebody who's popping in here.
Very unusual.
Come on, right out of his mouth.
I'm trying to.
Hello?
Oh, Andre.
Hey,
Hey, what's up, Dre?
what's going on, man?
Fight's almost over,
For
bro.
real, right? You're like the third judge. He's Harold Letterman.
Where's you, Jim?
Yeah. The last 20 seconds of a fight, you're going to make a decision.
Yeah, well, hey, Marquez, the end.
Looks like it. With Pistol Pete be a Hall of Famer today. This is a boxing show. Get out of here.
Pistol Pete would always be a Hall of Famer.
Oh, no
He
doubt.
has so
No matter
many
when he
skills.
plays. Give my man the
Handles,
350-point
passing,
line.
and shooting.
Oh boy, here we go again.
Not a question.
I gave that last
I'm not sure I give that last round to Pacquiao.
I don't know. I gave it to Marquez.
Pacquiao
Pacquiao didn't come forward like he normally does. You know,
I got
from side to
Marquez
side.
116, 112.
I had Marquez winning 7 rounds.
You only watched the last 30 seconds.
I know, right? Who's in the back? What a shit this guy is.
I'm just-
And we go to the scorecards after 12 World Championship rounds. Robert Hoyle scores the bout 114, 114 even. Dave Moretti scores it 115, 113. Glenn Trowbridge 116 to 112 to the winner by majority.
Ain't no way Pacquiao
decision.
won 8 rounds. No way he won 7
And
rounds.
still WBO welterweight.
I really think that they were doing this to keep that Pacquiao and Mayweather dream fight be alive.
But if that was the case, you talk about that. Well, they didn't know what was going to happen, but we were talking about that there was a 4th fight that we know that Pacquiao got knocked out in. You could probably say the same kind of thing for it. Oh, come on, man.
Yeah.
They didn't expect him to get stretched like that.
No, they didn't. But man, well,
You know what? I ain't gonna lie, I didn't either. But when Marquez dropped him the first time, I'm like, wait a minute, something different.
yeah, I
Marquez
know. This,
dropped Pacquiao?
you know what? Out of all 4 fights, that was the fight where it was definitive that Pacquiao looked like he was going to go to a victory, maybe even a stoppage before he got stopped. That first fight when Marquez got knocked down, it was a 10-7 round before you knew it in the first round, but he came back and made it a draw. You know, that
Yeah.
wasn't even as well far away in terms of the scoring as that 4th fight. That was the fight that looked like Marquez was going to get freaking stopped. Pacquiao looked like he was just pulling away. Then he got caught the shot. And that was it.
Go ahead, Dre.
We got what?
Oh.
Real nigga in the building. What's good?
What's up, Lord? I don't know. Are you just getting here now or did you watch?
I like I said, me when I saw the fight on the 4th fight, I said Pacquiao is not the same Pacquiao. My eyes.
No, I thought he was actually pretty damn good in that 4th fight
But
until he
that's
got
what I'm
shot.
saying. he wasn't fighting like the Pacquiao we were used to
Yeah,
seeing,
he wasn't.
and that was
He
because
wasn't.
Marquez had him under control.
But the
Mm-hmm.
but the Marquez quartet, I guess, is the reason why I knew Floyd would beat him, because Floyd had. I mean, you look at it, Marquez gave so many problems to Pacquiao, being a shorter version of what Floyd does, being a counterpuncher, a very good, if not great counterpuncher. Floyd had the athleticism, he had the length, he had the long arms, he had all of that, and a supreme counterpuncher who also specializes in defense. All of that says you lose regardless, but it wasn't up to us to decide who could win and who couldn't win. Floyd had to believe it, and I didn't think he believed it until he finally believed it because he had to do it. Showtime put the pressure on him because of that huge contract.
I don't think Manpack can be familiar at any way
Anytime.
because
I've said that.
anytime he was too skillful for him.
Yeah, he was.
No,
And
his best shot would have been at 47. Below that, I don't think he has a shot to beat him.
he lost
But,
it at 47.
Nothing for them.
but he would have had a much better chance or opportunity if the fight would have taken place 4 or 5 years earlier, like it should have.
Oh, yeah, of course. 6 years later. But yeah, he would have. I just think Floyd, with as fast as his hands are, even though he had the hand issues, that jab is always the reason why you will slow down a fighter, and Floyd just happened to do it. I was surprised, and I talked to Dre about this for years now. I was surprised that he was so effective with that orthodox jab against a southpaw. I didn't see that coming from anywhere.
I mean, you see Mayweather when hitting heavy back with a jab, how fast he look. So Pacquiao, I always say Pacquiao cannot get past. If you have a great jab, Pacquiao cannot get past a great jab. He can't. He has a hard
But it's
time
still that
getting that.
southpaw, that the orthodox jab against a southpaw.
Don't
Everyone else
don't
tries it. They
matter.
have serious
Don't
issues with it. He
look.
was
Look at
landing it like a
Marquez.
Rocky movie.
When Marquez used that jab on him, Pacquiao was like, "Oh shoot." Marquez has a good jab.
Mm-hmm.
He don't have long arms and quick and fast, but he has that great timing. He has great timing,
Excellent
and
time. Marquez is
it
good with his
showed when they
time.
fought. I mean, look at the first fight. Even he got dropped what 3 times in the first round,
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was a
and
10-7 round.
came back and got a draw in the whole fight. I'm like, dude, that says something.
Hell yeah, that's why we had 3 more fights after that.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm still shocked like hell that Tim Bradley beat him like he did. I was shocked. I'd have lost
Oh,
money if I'd have bet that fight.
I wasn't
But
shocked.
Tim
I,
Bradley beating
I,
Marquez?
yeah, I wasn't
Not,
shocked.
no way, man. Well, it
I
happened,
was.
but I didn't think so at the time.
Let me tell you why. Because Tim Brad was bigger and he had the natural um um let's see yeah, he's bigger and natural than Marquez. I knew Marquez couldn't do it with speed.
But
I knew Marquez couldn't do it with speed. And you
it
watch
was at
Tim Bradley,
140 though, wasn't it? It was at 140.
no 147.
147? Oh, okay.
147. And too much yeah, I knew I said Tim Bradley gonna beat him with ease. And you watch that
Man.
fight, Tim Bradley didn't struggle in that fight. He didn't struggle at all in that fight. He really didn't. He really did.
Like old
You
Jaffe.
see the comment, Trey?
What's up? What is it?
Said you
I can't.
walk around like El Jefe.
I mean, I'm walking around. Yeah, I'm looking for stuff for my daughter. That's why.
I thought I was at the gym for a minute. I was like, what gym are you at, man? Trying to figure out these lights. Like, I don't know about too many big gyms like that in Jacksonville, man.
Who you telling? But yeah,
So anyway,
Tim Bradley, I knew he'll be Marquez. I said Marquez gonna get beat once, and I saw it.
now back to this fight here. Marquez just got, that was a, would you call it a robbery or just a bad decision?
Bad decision.
Bad decision. I agree too, because normally you get the crazy scores, the 117,
Oh God,
112,
those things
118,
kill me, man.
111.
115. Anybody else has
Like,
130.
what was that? What was that judge watching? At least these guys had it close. 115, 113, 116, 112. I think that's kind of wide, but I'm not going to say it's a robbery.
The Adelaide Birds of the world, the CJ Rosses of the world with their ridiculous cars, and they're just putting their, they get paid like $8,000 for that big fight, so they're just gonna put that in Vegas and let it roll and get their little pension fund and retire because they haven't had big fights since. Robert Bird had more big fights as a ref than his wife.
I think referee had no kind of scorecard. They should be banned for at least 6 months. I mean, seriously, we when you see those scorecard on these fights, it's like That's impossible. How this person is winning or wanting that fight and he got blasted out of woodworks? How? I think
And
he
then
judge should be held responsible.
Yeah,
and
I
which
agree with you.
and which judge was that on Legendary Nights who was saying I could sit there? I think I can't remember which fight it was. He said I could sit there and we could go down the list.
That was
Jerry,
who was that?
Jerry, somebody.
Jerry Roth.
Yeah.
I think it was Jerry
I
Roth.
sit down with someone and go over the fight. No, you can't.
Man, get out of here with that.
That was a complete like. Are you kidding me?
Man, Centauri just saying dumb things now.
John Starks versus Curry in the fight.
He's saying dumb things. Don't ignore him.
And what a dunk
He's
contest, a
trolling.
3-point shootout.
Who?
Not even a 3-point shootout, man. Just put John Starks back out there against Houston and see how that works out.
Curry.
John Starks versus Curry. Man, stop.
Oh my God! Who said that?
Real, bro.
Yeah,
Centauri.
Centauri.
Come on, man.
Are you related to him?
My son.
Now it all makes sense.
Crap like that.
That
He
makes
was
sense.
commenting the other night. You didn't say anything. I didn't know that was your son.
Yeah, he's trolling. He act like saying just crap. Saying about like get this guy no acknowledgement.
He's a. You know him?
If he wants to watch, if he wants to watch celebrity boxing, put on Willis versus Vanilla Ice.
Who?
Willis.
Oh,
Todd
Todd
Bridges.
Bridges.
Yeah.
Yeah, Todd Bridges did all right in that fight, didn't he?
He put an ass whooping on
Yeah.
Vanilla Ice, man.
It's like Manute Bol versus the Fridge years ago. That was L. The Fridge had to start, man. He was about to have heart failure, man. And Bol had that 100-inch reach. Come on, man. This dude's jabbing from the middle of the ring. He's still in the corner.
He didn't even come out. He just sat in the corner and stuck the jab out.
I'll pay you back on my next taxes, Big C. What's up with this dude, man?
So here's a question.
Read the comment, Dre.
Do you guys know him?
Lord
I can't see the comment.
This your boy?
I can't see the comment.
He said, Dre, let me borrow $1. I'll pay you back on my taxes, Big G.
Bro, I don't know who this is.
Hey, Trav, tell him, Trav, what taxes?
Yeah, right? For real. Don't worry about it. We won't have to worry about Dre in a bit. The IRS will be here. What taxes, man? Shoot, don't say it too publicly, man.
What's that?
Next fight, they'll be sitting in the front row like they did Zab Judah.
Right. Outside of my job. Hey, Ms. Bird. Oh, shoot, y'all.
Hey, but anybody watching, if you want us to watch another fight, let us know in the comments.
Yeah, that's true, man.
And we'll check it out probably Thursday next week.
Yeah, we can make this a Thursday thing. Our Thursday night fight since the Tuesday night fights went away. Friday night fights now. Pro box is my thing now. I can deal with pro box, man. They put
till March Madness comes along and NBA playoffs. We're gonna have to do some variety shows.
Yeah, man. Maybe talking some NBA, just all-time greats, NFL all-time greats, boxing matches. Seeing these close fights. I mean, I wanted to do Muhammad Ali and Ken Norton, the third fight in the Yankee Stadium back in '76, but that's 15 rounds, and I know the attention span of some people. They're not going to want to watch a 15-round fight. I wanted to watch Larry Holmes versus Spinks, the first fight. I love that fight. I watched it, I don't know, probably 50, 60 times since '85, but I'm sure others may not.
Very underrated fight, in my opinion. No, not too many people talk about, and maybe a controversial decision. Freddie Pendleton versus Rafael Ruelas, yeah.
Ooh, that's a good one. Yeah, that's a good one.
Man, see, there fights like that. Even Janelle Hernandez versus Raul Perez. That was a damn good fight. It ended with that left hook to the liver. I mean, I wish we could. Man, but that was definitive though. That left hook to the liver though, that was it. Raul Perez used to be 118 pounds. He came up to
what about the Drunken Master?
What's the name?
Manuel.
Yeah. Man Augusta versus what that guy he beat, and then it robbed him because he kept
Detroit. That kid in Detroit, man.
He kept telling like, dude, that's an easy victory. And it should boo him.
And I tell you what, I was telling you today about that De La Hoya versus Ike Carte. I think that's a
That's a
solid
good fight.
to rock with.
Mm-hmm. How you doing? How you doing?
Or we could go with El Faraz versus Wiki Wright.
Yeah, Fernando Vargas versus Wigan Wright.
That was a close fight, but I don't think it was all that exciting.
I mean, I
And
get
I
a
thought El
fight to
Faraz
Wigan Wright.
Huh?
I think Winky beat Fernando Vargas.
But I think no, a lot of people thought that's why I wanted to do it to see, you know what, let's do this round for round on our own and see watch it again. I don't think it can hurt.
Oh yeah,
You know, you hear all these people saying that he should have beat him, but now people completely forget how young Faraz was, man. This dude any other day should have been fighting that kind of a fight, but this dude came up the hard way. And I blame his management for ruining his career.
Who Fernando Vargas?
Vargas, yeah.
I think if Vargas would slow down, man, he probably been way ahead of his career than he was being high ended for him. But he should have fought Tito at that time. He should have waited.
Yeah, you know what?
Tito,
David Reed was another fighter who was killed out by his management when they put him in there. But Tito treated him like a stepson, and my man never been the same. He had depression and the whole deal, man. I heard one time he was in his house, just living in his bedroom with the freaking windows dark. I mean, he just going through it. Man, this is the type of thing that happens when his management just looking at the dollars and not worried about the fighter's career in its entirety.
Lord Frieza isn't Paul, is it?
I was wondering. That's what I thought it was a bit in the beginning.
I'm gonna let the homies in Baltimore.
Lord Frieza. I've heard it is freezing up there right now. We got like 80 degrees down here and change.
For real.
It's hot, bro. Stop.
Right now it's like rainy and hot.
Yeah. Yeah, the rain just came down today, but that humidity and all that, it's gonna be a blazing summer.
Hey, Travis.
Yo.
You saw some guy jump out of Bank of American building?
Nah. Did he get knocked out?
No, it's silly. You know Bank of America by Reese Mall?
Yeah.
Yeah, you got a busted glad to jump from way up there.
Did he die?
That's his store. I said, dang it, man.
Did he die?
He ain't alive.
Oh. I mean, true. I don't know. Maybe something. I don't know. Maybe
he could have done like Omar in The Wire.
What do you think? What think it was? Is your Red Bull getting wings? Nah, man. Get out of here.
Oh man.
I think he's a Bank of America employee. He just said, you know what? Enough was enough. And
he must have
this show was off the rails.
I know, right?
You're talking about rain, people jumping off buildings.
It's raining cats, dogs, and people. Good one. That's what's going on in Florida. But anyways, yeah, man, leave a message in the comments about what fight you might want to see next, or a litany of fights that we can kind of pick.
Let us know what you think about our scorecards too. Did you agree with Harold Letterman? Did you agree with us? Let us know what you think.
But who you had win the fight? Marquez or Pacquiao?
I had Marquez 116, 112.
I had Marquez 115.
Yeah. I think that they were trying to keep Pacquiao's winning streak alive for the Mayweather fight.
Probably. And then he ended up having that fourth fight against Marquez, and it ended the way it ended, and that's why they were claiming now Floyd's going to fight him because he's damaged goods. Whatever, man.
I think I'm going to watch that now just so I can feel better about this.
Now,
because Marquez did not deserve to get the short end of the stick.
Nah. So we can also watch this.
You know, fight you can't watch? Chris John versus Marquez.
Is that available?
For real?
I don't know.
It might be on a camcorder
in the past. I
could camcorder. It's on a camcorder. Surveillance camera in Walmart. I'm telling you, man. Come on, bro. There's some damn good fights out there to watch, man. I'm telling you.
Oh yeah. But I think Marquez beat Chris John, but they fought Indonesia somewhere, and they gave the fight to Chris John.
Yeah, he went to his homeland.
Yeah, his homeland and lost.
See, a fight I like to watch just for shits and giggles would be our usual fight, Dre. Kawasaki.
Jeff Lacey.
Bro, I just love watching that fight, man. The entire fight. You just can't watch the fight. You got to watch the build-up. That just
you think he's a slapper?
Bro, I just love the whole build-up deal. Just same thing with them. Larry Holmes and Spinks the first time. I watched the entire build-up and then the fight, the whole 15 rounds. I watched that thing since 1985 over and over and over. Now YouTube, forget about it. That's addiction.
Trey, since we have you on now, what did you think of Benavidez versus damn, I forgot who he fought just a while ago. Morel. And why do you think Canelo's not fighting him?
Oh, because Benavidez throws too many punches. Canelo can't keep up with the pace. He won't be able to keep up with the pace.
Close. A few body shots in that in close range, man, it kind of gets you thinking twice.
One thing about Canelo, he has a hard time with guys who faster than he is. Now, you pick a guy who's bigger than you, who throw punches and bunches, and got power, and he shells up. Whenever you throw your shot, he'll shell up on you, and then he'll come back and throw his punches at you. But he throw punches and bunches. And Canelo knows he's still a threat. He knows that Benavidez is a threat to him. He knows he'll get beat by him. So he said, "You know what? Pay me $300 million. I don't care."
We gotta get this dude Lord Freezer on the show, man. He's cracking me up.
He just saying ill shit right now.
What he said?
He said you blending in like darkness, man.
He's
talking from the shadows.
Damn, he said what? Darkness itself, you just blended in. He called you an evil ass nigga. For blending in with the darkness. What's going on here?
Hey man, I'm part of the dark side, brother.
Damn.
I mean, why y'all think Canelo not fighting this guy? Because if you look at who Canelo fought, the last guy he fought, he didn't deserve a title shot with Canelo. He didn't.
Who, Morel?
No, the other guy.
Oh no,
the guy that Canelo fought at 168.
Oh yeah, Munguia?
Not McGill, but the other one. The
one that beat him?
John Ryder?
No, the Puerto Rican dude. The New Rican dude.
Berlanga.
Yeah, he didn't deserve a title shot. He didn't do anything. He didn't fight not one contender.
Nah.
And Canelo said, "I'll fight you next."
They build up these records, you know what I mean? It looks good on the resume, and these casuals look at that knockout record, and that's all they jump on. And that's where the money's going to come from. You get your money from the casuals. You don't get it from the hard boxing fans. When you're going to go mega and you're going to go super fight, you need the entire crowd to join, and you just can't do it with just boxing fans and die-hard boxing fans. You need those mainstream people, those casuals and BSers. You need that money. They make that huge money. Crazy.
What do you think about this 4-fight deal he's supposedly getting?
Yeah. If it's a 4-fight deal, but doesn't have like guaranteed opponents that he has to fight. Like when Mayweather came over to Showtime, he had that big contract, and they were just saying, you know what we want. We're going to give you this big contract. You just not just going to get these bottom feeders or people who are just decent dudes like Robert Guerrero, decent fighters that no one really coming to see. We want this big fight. We're doing this with anticipation of this big fight being the coup de grace. And that Pacquiao fight had to be, and I think they put the pressure on him later on for that Pacquiao fight. That's why he had to do it, to justify that contract. And hey, everybody got their money back. All those losses they took from the other fights that he had and took a bath and all these other fights in pay-per-view, they got all that money back and more just because of the Pacquiao fight.
Yeah, but it wasn't the fight it was supposed to be.
Oh, no, absolutely not. You know, once you get those people through the door, you don't give a damn what they do in the ring. In terms of you just wanting the money, the people involved with the money part, get them paying, we'll put out crap. We've seen enough of those kinds of fights where it doesn't live up to the hype. But anyway, we can shut this down now, man. It's about that time. Shoot, got to do a whole lot more tonight anyways. So, yep. So if you all want to, subscribe to the channel. If you haven't already subscribed anyhow, we'll do this a little bit more probably on Thursdays because, hell, football season is over. Baseball is about to start up. Basketball, NBA-wise, getting into the mix. The All-Star break is coming. We don't talk enough hockey to even justify that, but the big boxing matches are still coming up now. So we're hoping big boxing matches come up, and we'll have them on here. Old matches as well, like we just did to here. We did Ray Leonard versus Hagler a couple of months ago, and that was looking good. And I think, it was closer than we thought, but we still had Leonard winning the fight. He pulled away.
That fight was crazy, man, because I thought Sugar Ray was winning, but the way I was scoring the fight early, I'm like, oh shit, I might
Yeah.
come up with Hagler.
I'm serious because that's like the first, second, third time I watched it since the fight had
But
happened.
it worked out in the end. I had Sugar Ray win. I was like, okay, well, at least, I agreed with myself when I first watched it. So
Yeah. And sure, I know a lot of Hagler fans keep saying the same old thing. He has to get a knockout to win the championship. Cut out whatever that nonsense. You got to beat the champ. And boxing based on a hit, not get hit, you can win by decision.
Hagler lost that fight in negotiations, man.
Yeah, smaller, bigger ring.
Yeah, and all
rounds,
that.
Everything.
He conceded too much to get the money.
All he did was get money in that fight and then get the beating and had his belt taken, and then he was bitter until the day he died over this fight. So, but anyway, he's biased. I'm Trav, and the Sports Back Bros podcast will be back on Monday. We'll see what happens over this weekend sports-wise. It looks like, well, free agency may be the thing in the NFL. The Combine, another thing in the NFL that's coming up as well. So there's going to be still NFL in the periphery. We'll see about that. But boxing, we'll be looking forward to some of these big fights for the suggestions you leave for us. So
I'll come up with some basketball or somebody to give the fingers to.
Oh yeah, this is probably one of those finger-filled seasons because it doesn't pass the eyeball test in terms of what you were used to seeing or wanting to see, and then you get all these other dudes with these bad deals, going to the Lakers, and now Anthony Davis, he's gotten over the injuries. Now he's injured, so we don't know when the hell he's coming back. And still, everyone, Zion Williamson, what the hell is he doing now? Everywhere, and what you've been saying about what's his name? Free Maxey. Get him out of Philly.
Free Tyrese Maxey. Free Steph Curry.
Free Steph Curry. Yeah, under Dumb Levy. I guess so. But anyway, we'll catch y'all on the other side of Monday. And until then, deuces.